Dear students, welcome to the e-learning. This initiative has been taken by Cambridge International School, the SUR. Hello, I am Navdeep, working as PGDIP here. So students, in the series of the sessions, we are covering different sessions on Python. So today we'll start yet another session on the Python. So before we go into the details of the sessions, so my humble request is that you take care of yourself and your family also. So moving forward, students, like you see that today we'll be again focusing on the operations deleting with the different dimension. I will cover one more another topic in the deletion part, how we are going to apply the deletion operation. But the significant thing is there that today we will discuss a data frame of multi-index. What is a multi-index data frame is, its details we will go through today. So it's very important that we are keep on learning new things in each lecture and practice them, because practice is very important in Python. So starting, so topics that we have covered today, we'll just go through the descriptive stat. We have gone through applied the aggregate and group by functions. Then we applied the sorting operation, and finally we are working with the deleting, how to delete the rows and columns in a data frame. Students, in descriptive stats we have covered these types of functions: max, minimum, count, clear, sum. These are also called the aggregation functions also. Then statistical functions like mean, median, mode, quartile, standard deviation, and variance. So applying these functions and understanding their meaning is also equally important. Aggregation is basically summing up the values. Clear, that is the operation applied on multiple values and with the specified axis, the rows and columns. Then we covered the group by, and the best example here is that in the NBA file we grouped first the teams. Clear, we grouped the data based on the teams and then can apply the different operations on that very group to extract the vital information from that very group. Next is students, in sorting we applied the sorting in four ways. Simple thing is, by default the sorting is in the ascending order. We can do the same operation in the descending order by mentioning this explicitly. Ascending sorting happens implicitly. We need not to mention that we are making it in the ascending order, but when we have to make it in the descending order, we have to explicitly mention the parameter for the descending order. Then we applied the basically two scenarios. In case one, we picked up multiple columns of that car's example. Clear, and then the same on the same example we covered the scenario number 2. Clear, so this is how basically we can pick up the different attributes of that car's data, like we were having brands, price. Clear, so year of modeling, so that sort of data we can apply the different operations. Clear. Now students, today's topic we are focusing deleting, and for that we have a drop function in pandas to perform this function. So students, in the last example you see here we were having basically 4 columns PQRS that we made with the numpy arrange, and then we reshaped that very data. Clear, so with the reshape function, and we made this sort of data frame with the 4 columns and 3 rows. So first we deleted the columns like Q and R, and we mentioned x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 is that we are now deleting the columns. Clear, so that's why the Q and R were deleted, and you on the right hand side you can see the resultant matrix or resultant data frame. Clear, so this is how we can delete the columns. Next we did that how we can remove the rows. So the simple thing is there that we just mentioned drop 0 and 1. These are the index value of rows, and you see on the right hand side the first and the second rows get deleted. So you can see the output on the right side, the rows get deleted. So students, moving to our today's main topic, you see here drop columns and rows of a multi-index data frame. Now very important thing is there that first, before deleting the columns and rows of a multi-index data frame, we need to understand and what is a multi-index data frame. Students, it's very important to put the maximum focus now on this part, because deletion is not as much difficult as it's important to understand the importance of what is multi-index data frame. Clear? Till now we are having a basically we were having the single index data frames. Now we are into a scenario that is basically in real life we've encountered these types of scenarios. Now you see here, so I have made it, you see here that here in this particular slide you are finding out that now I have levels of the index. Multi-index means now I are having multiple index. Now there are basically two levels of index. You first see the level number one is we have particular animals, deer, dog and eagle. So these are the three animals at the level number one. So then their corresponding attributes, deer, his speed, his weight and length. So this is the level 2 index. In the level 2 index we find the deer and its corresponding speed, deer and its corresponding weight, deer and its corresponding length. Similarly, same parameter for dog also, his speed, his weight and his length. And similarly for eagle also, speed, his weight and his length. So that is, this is the level number one, this is the level number two. These are the codes. 000 code is for deer. Clear? Why it is written three times? Because we have next three corresponding parameters also for all these three animals. Then we have 111 for dog and 222 for eagle. Similarly for speed we have these codes 012 for dog, then weight again 012 and length 012 for eagle. Students, this is about the levels of the index. Now next what I have done, you see in the step number 2 where the data frame is actually created. Here we have index as, so in the step number 1 we have created the index. Clear? I have named it as midx. So midx is here, is acting as index, and then I have my columns. So I have two columns here, big and small. So these are basically the values of these animals and their corresponding parameters. So first we have the animal deer, his speed, clear, and big and small. So means you can say the biggest speed of deer is 60 and minimum speed of the deer is 35. Next, this value basically represents the deer's maximum weight, clear, and minimum weight. Big and small weight parameter of deer. So 30 represents the maximum weight and 12 represents the minimum weight. Similarly, third parameter of deer, that is deer's length, big and small. So his maximum length can be 5.5 and his minimum length can be 1. So next is 40-20, again represent deer. Sorry, next is dog, his speed and weight. So this is represented by dogs maximum speed and this is minimum speed. Next parameter dogs weight and maximum weight and minimum weight, and third is dogs maximum length and minimum length. Similarly, the last is represented the maximum speed of eagle and minimum speed of eagle. Next is maximum weight of eagle, minimum weight of eagle, and last is maximum that is the length of a eagle and minimum length of a eagle. So this is how we have to basically understand all these values, how these values are there and how these values need to be understood. So next students, this the picture basically you can have a better look at from the picture also. So you see here in the very first column we have codes 000, then 111, then 222. So this is for deers. Clear? So these are the, we have basically we named it as codes in the example. Then students, this is deer, eagle, deer, dog and eagle. This represents my first level of index. and then you can see here this is speed, weight and length. This is my second level of index. So these are the basically used for indexing purpose. Clear? And next we have big and small values. So this is the column number 1, 2 and 3. This is the, like we have the rows on this side. So this is very important to understand the data. Clear? That's why this is called second level index, because these parameter represents the second level, and this deer, dog and eagle, they represents first level of index. That's why this is called multi-index data frame. Clear? So I hope that students these figures give you a better picture. So now we will move to our Jupyter notebook for handling these examples. So in the Python interface, students, first we will, whatever our task is, drop columns and rows of a multi-index data frame. Now see this happens. The step number 1 is again like import pandas as pd. This is the package that we are going to use, so we are using this for number of lectures, so we are all familiar with this step. Now next is we have to create our multi-index data frame. So I will just pick and drop it here. So I have already made it, because this will consume otherwise a lot of typing time. Clear? So students, here you can see how the data frame has been created. First we have created the index, then it is converted into a data frame. Okay, so from here you can see, and finally you can see the output data frame. So for just we have statement print df. Clear? So this is the data frame. Clear? This is the first we have done worked on the indexing part, and then we have put the values, the corresponding values in the form of big and small for the level 1 and level 2 index. So you can run this one. So when you run this one, this is the whole picture. Clear? So this is the level 1 of index represents deer, dog and eagle. Then their corresponding, the level 2 of index represents their corresponding speed, weight and length. And finally we have values with the parameters big and small. Big means the biggest value and small means the smallest value of representing the deer, dog and eagle. Now students, our main task is now the step number 1. In step number 1, the delete operation, we are going to basically apply the drop operation. Now in that this drop operation, we are going to delete the see how the deletion operation is applied. Clear? So we will be just picking up our data frame that we have created. Clear? So for faster execution, I am just copying and paste this, otherwise this will take a tremendous time. Students, our task is now I am going to drop the index, clear, that represents dog, and the corresponding column. In column I will delete small values, rather than the big value will remain in the output part, and small value will get deleted for all the values. Now see how this is done and what happens on the output part. Data frame dot drop, and in the index part I will mention dog. So the spelling should be same, students. Clear? If it is in small, so you have to keep it as small, and in columns I am going to apply the value small, where the small represents in the values part big and small. These are the values for the corresponding attributes. So when you run this one, so you can see in the output part now the dog is not appearing in the output, and also the second is the only big values are there, small values have been removed. So this is the, you know, the in the rows part you can see the dog is gone, and in the columns part you see the small values have also disappeared. This was our you can see this was our original data frame, and dog was there, and you can say the big and small values were there, but you see here the dog is now completely gone here in this part, and the small values have also disappeared. So this is how we can delete the effectively rows and columns. So we can look at from the PPT side also. So students, same we can see from this PPT picture also. So this is dark part, that is dog, that is also get removed, and the dark part from the column side, the small is also removed. Clear? So here you can say we have applied this command, drop index equal to dog, columns equal to small. So this has removed the column small as well as the index dog. So both get dropped. So this is you can see in the output part what sort of output we are getting in the Jupyter notebook. So very important to understand this step. Clear? So students, now we will move to the second example. So move to the Python platform. So see students, here we are going to work on the second example. So see what we will do in this example. I have just copied and pasted the values. Clear? So now students, see here the same operation we are now going to apply for dropping the values. Now see, this time what I am going to do, data frame dot drop is my method for deleting this one. So this time my index is, I have changed my index to length. Here is this length, you can see here students, here this is in the second level of index, and I have to just mention level equal to 1. Very tricky. Why I have mentioned, I am saying level equal to, here I have mentioned level is equal to 1, because level 0, this is the level 0 inside the system, and this is the level 1 inside the system. So practically we use the 1 and 2, so that's why I am using the level 2 for this one, but technically this is the level 1 because we have started the level from level 0, so that's why this becomes the level 1. So all the length will be reduced. So just run this one for a look, and you see students, now we are having all three major animals, but you see the second level parameter length is removed for all the animals. Clear? So big and small values are there, but the second level index, that is length, has been removed. Similarly, we can remove the, you can see if I want to remove the weight. Clear? So I don't want to remove the length, so you run this one. So you see the length is back, and you see length is back and weight is removed. You can remove this, apply on this speed also. Clear? So you run this one, and you know, see the speed is removed and rest part is there. Clear? Students, look, very important point is the same operation that we are applying here, we can apply at the previous level also, like at the first level represented by 0. So I am going to apply this operation. So let's say this operation is on deer. Clear? So when you run this one, so you see the deer is gone from the output, but second level all the attributes are there now, speed, weight and length, but here in the first level now the deer is now disappeared. Clear? Because this is the level 0, so technically we are using the word level 1 here, but if it is starting from 0, so this is how it looks like. Clear? Similarly, we can remove the other ones also. If I, let's say, want to remove the dog from the first level, so you run this one, so you can see in the output part now the dog is disappearing. So the same way as we have applied the operations on the level 2, we can apply the operations on the level 1. So like these, we have numerous permutation and combination. So students, it's very important to understand. Today's our main focus is that what is multi-index data frame is, and how we apply the drop operation and deletion operation on them. Students, the same example you can see here in the PPT also. So initially, at the very first step, I have deleted the length, clear, at the index level 1. So that's why the length is dark part is basically removed from all the 3 animals representing deer, dog, and eagle. So this is how we have applied the operations. Hope you have understood. So students, you can look at the resources. These are the resources that I have referred, and in each lecture I am saying that please also focus on your textbook also side by side for detailed uh, topics. So at the end, I thank you all on the behalf of Cambridge International School, the SUA. Thank you very much.